Bro, like the fuck? Oh my God. Just on principle alone, I'm upset.
I gotta play this for the show. Watch.
On principle alone, I'm upset.
To this. Y'all.
Is that your phone number?
Yes. So you did get my text messages. And it said you didn't. Nice trick.
Yes, Mr. Jones. Indeed.
But he sounds so self-righteous too.
You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment.
Perry Mason moment. Now, I don't get the reference.
Perry Mason was a TV lawyer, so it's like fucking Matlock or some shit. You know?
Okay. Damn, bro.
The case is called the Sandy Hook hoax lawsuit defamation civil trial. He's about to lose all of his fucking money. Bro. That's a civil trial. He's gonna lose all his cash.
Bro, word. He's not even gonna be because how many families, bro? It was like at least 12, right? Probably even more.
There's way more than 12 families for Sandy. That is crazy. You know how many people are affected by that? Not just the children, the staff, this is.
No, I know.
Oh, God don't like ugly.
Bro, he not, yeah, bro. How you, bro? But yeah, my lawyer's catching the fade in the courthouse. Because I'm fucked up anyway. Yeah, I'm fucked up in the game anyway, so I gotta at least snuff a lawyer before I leave.
That's crazy.
Your Honor, like, why did you attack your lawyer, Your Honor? I'll be completely honest, and you can put this on record. The lawyers tested my gangsta, and you don't test my gangsta. So I had to choke a bitch out. Are you serious? Yes, Your Honor. Okay, let's just lock him up.
This is yeah.
It's just bailiffs, just bring him inside. They know not to try me again like that, bro. I'd be so mad.
Why did the lawyer, the prosecution? Why did he talk like he's Pegasus from
Yu-Gi-Oh? My man, straight up, bro. Straight up was like, oh, did you know?
Did you know?
Oh, did you know? And
like
he laughed at him at first. He was like, oh, so you did get my text messages. Yes, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Mr.
I did
Jones.
receive. We did receive your text messages. Have you seen these before? Oh. Well, did you know? Bro, my man was full on like, yo, like I walked in today knowing I had a case to win.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even have to struggle. Just must have been on a lily pad. Setting the tea. His assistant's like, yo, do you need anything else, mister? He's like, no. You know what, guys? Take the day.
The way he said you lied to me was like what he wanted to say was you lied to me, you stupid bitch. Like that's like it sounded so unfinished. Like
it was, bro. You lied to me. Like there was a face there. Like he didn't say it with words. He said it with eyes. He's like, you lied to me. And then looked at him like in that meme when that dude was on I don't know if it was American Idol, but it was him looking at P. Diddy. He was like, yeah. And Diddy was like,
right.
Diddy was like, I have no idea what you're...
Yeah.
That was them. Because that man walked into that court and was like, That man walked into the court and is having the dinner set for 6:00 that same day. Like, hey, yeah, telling them before the case, hey, yo, so we're going to pull up to, Red Lobster, after I'm saying. Walked in, smile on his face, Judge like, what are you so happy for? Can't wait to show you why. Can't wait to show you why.
Lawyers didn't even say that shit was privilege. Nothing.
Bro,
he said they just let him have it.
They just let him have it. Meaning they didn't look it over. So it's just a whole bunch of like.
I would be like, they let you have what? Like, I would be so like shocked. I would like you would be mad. I'd be like, what?
I would literally have to like assault my lawyer in the courthouse. I'd be like, bro, this is my livelihood in life. You've literally just fucked it up entirely. Like, I'm fighting you in the courthouse. I need the bailiffs. The courthouse is getting one warning, and then a lawyer's getting fucked up. An entire legal team is getting ran on with a chair.
He'd be like,
and it's Alex Jones with a steel chair.
No, I'd be like, you know when brothers get caught lying, like really lying? They'd be like, wow, that's crazy. Like, that'd be me.
Yo, Trey, like, I can't believe you even think I would do something like that.
Yeah, like for real. Like,
really, like, I thought you was day one, but you really...
Who said that was me when you got them text messages? So.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like...
I share my phone.
You know what I'm saying? People talk. You know.
Make them keep lying. Like keep
Which
going.
is gonna be Alex Jones. Like, yeah, I have no idea. You know, someone got a hold of my.
That's a good impression.
I got hacked. Yeah, I don't know why that came out so good. That actually scared me. That actually really, really scared me. I was like, when I started, you noticed I paused because when I started doing it, I was like,
oh shit.
I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Where the fuck is that living inside of me, bro? Oh my God. All right. But I had to continue the gag.
You never knew this whole time.
Yeah, I can't even do that again. Let's move on.
You had a little Alex in you.
That's not even funny. That's not cute or anything.
Anyway. You like conspiracies, so.
Everybody likes conspiracies, technically.
I don't.
Yeah, but you say that, and then you're also the dude who be pulling up at random with random conspiracies.
I don't make
You don't. I mean, yo, listen. You know you did that. He was like, yeah, listen, and you literally was like, listen, I'm not a but I do have a little. I don't remember what the conspiracy was. But
it was about Disney, and they be fucking up. So it's
yeah. See, so I'm just saying, on some level, everybody kind of likes conspiracies, but doesn't mean you gotta be Alex Jones. I'm not Alex Jones. I just have thoughts.
If you're just tuning in, I'm your host, Logan, and this is the Milk and Toast podcast. I'm here with my best friend, Alex Jones. Say hi to the people, Alex.
That's not even fucking funny. I hate the fact that oh my God, why? God, why? Where is that coming from?
Say hi to the people, Mitch.
I don't want to anymore. I need to ask God to get the fucking Alex Jones out of me. Whatever is going on, please. Please get fucking Alex Jones out of here. Whatever is happening right now. Otherwise, I'm sorry, everyone. I have to deal with this right now. This is, as you can see, it's pressing. It's the most pressing.
Yeah.
But let's carry on.
As always, if you like the show, share the show. Share it with your friends or your mortal enemies. You could like us on just about anywhere, or subscribe to us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else that you may listen to your podcast. Just always subscribe. Like, hit the little bell or whatever button that makes you have to listen to it all the time. You know,
do that shit.
Because as soon as it gets uploaded, it gets uploaded right to your phone. You get to see the podcast is out. You don't have to ask me. You don't have to check to see if I posted about the show. You can just be like, oh, look, the show's out.
Listen to this cast, bitch.
Yeah, there you go. That's
sorry. I'm working through some things. If you haven't noticed by the start. So
Mitch is working through a lot of things.
Through a lot of things right now.
Mitch found out that he sounds like Alex Jones and he doesn't know what to do with that information.
Let's just not talk about it. Why don't we just move on to why we were talking about Alex Jones in the first place?
Would you do if Hollywood asks, would you do the Alex Jones biopic?
Oh, depending on the pay amount? Yeah, just for the culture. In full whiteface, mind you.
No.
In full whiteface. Yeah. Because, we get it, because, we're not supposed to, but we get a few considering the history. And no one will ever be like, that's okay, because it's definitely not. But, we're black, and, we get a few. And, yeah, I'd pull up in, full whiteface.
Whiteface?
What? $1 million? Let's do it.
Whiteface. I feel like whiteface is offensive, not because it's tied to any type of historical significance, but just because it's like, okay, so just because you can doesn't mean you should. You know, it's like,
yeah, it's literally what it's like, yo. Because like blackface historic like is like been used to literally degrade us.
Yeah.
Whiteface technically still uplifts the white person.
Did you ever
realize?
maybe.
No, did you ever realize that? Think about every time. The only people I've seen do whiteface are Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy,
Nick
when he
Cannon?
did it, was a
Nick
literal. It
Cannon
was a
did
literal
it.
comedic documentary, and it was literally him being treated better in whiteface rather than making. Mind you, and it's not like blackface was them making a caricature. When we do whiteface as black folk, we literally do it pretty well, except for Dave Chappelle, who makes it even more of a mockery and who makes them look kind of like pasted. But when
Didn't
Eddie
Drake-
Murphy did it,
Didn't Drake do blackface?
I don't know. Would he technically be doing blackface because he's
I
light
believe he
skinned?
did.
Is that a
You
We
know,
need
you
to-
would think, but
because technically can a black person blackface? Because now we're getting into colorism.
yeah.
Oh, is it because he's light skinned? It's because he's half white.
Holy shit, he did. I knew I saw that. I knew that I saw that somewhere.
But did he
Yes, he did.
Okay,
I'm about to
hit
send
up
this
the
shit
elders.
to you.
hit up the elders? Yeah, because we gotta. I can't just like determine that on
You
my
can't
own.
just like take my
yeah,
word
I can't.
for
I
it.
can't just take full. Like that's a lot of work for me.
That's
to unpack.
fair. I do be saying a lot of shit. I'm not
It's a
gonna
lot
lie.
of work for me to unpack.
But you know, Drake. Yeah, because what happened was, Drake did blackface like very early on in his career, right?
Oh no,
Yeah, you seen that shit?
no. Where'd you send it? Text or?
Oh, no. Sorry, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that.
I'm not exactly
Just-
excited either. Oh, Drake.
But you
Oh,
know, Drake. Every like meme about light skinned people, Drake just feels like he has to lean in. I don't know why. So like,
Oh no, I remember this. Right. Oh no.
and Pusha T put it on top of his
Right.
single for his
because
diss
you don't
track.
beef with Pusha T, people, for the record. So you don't beef with Pusha T. Because apparently Pusha T would just be super investigative reporter on your ass and like just
yeah,
find
Pusha
everything.
T found his secret son and
Bro,
everything.
Like, and it didn't even seem like it was hard. My man was like, yo, one day he was beefing with Drake. Next day, my nigga knew his entire life story about his secret son and had a picture of Drake blackface, bro.
His blackface picture and his secret son.
And his
Like-
secret son.
like
and
he
like the
should work
same
for
day,
the
my nigga, he
FBI.
scares
Like,
me.
yes.
He scares me at this point, bro. Like Pusha T ain't even the gangster to pull up and shoot you in the face. He's the nigga pull up after sending you a really, really incriminating photo and being like, what's up? And you're not even gonna do nothing. You're just looking at him like, yo, man. Yo, but could you relax, man? Could you just chill? Pusha T's like, there's more where that came from.
But
Walks
there's your-
away.
There's your answer, Mitch. Yes, light skinned people.
No, I've
can
seen
do
that one before
blackface.
and forgot, bro. And okay, so the jury on that one, the elders say that's a no. That's a big hell. It's actually a hell no. It's actually a hell no, boy. I can't believe you playing. According to the elders, that's just straight from the elders. But you know, we gotta forgive people for what they do. It's not like, you know, when what's
Do
his
we?
name?
Do we?
I mean,
Do we?
if they try to make amends, like when what's his
Did
name?
he?
Drake? No, but he's also black, so I don't know. He didn't know what he was doing, bro.
God.
He, you know what his reasoning and excuse would probably be though, because you know Drake was like light skinned dude from Canada, half Jewish, half black. He was on Degrassi, chilling with the white kids, confused about his identity, and there's no one who's gonna tell me anything different. Until Drake met Lil Wayne, he probably didn't even know what was going on. Like
What?
literally was like, I'm just
This
trying to
is
be a
like-
rapper.
The amount of like things you had to like get to just get to the end of that story.
I'm just saying, until Drake met Lil Wayne, he probably was like dealing with a lot of identity issues. And then Wayne, being cool as fuck, was like, yo, listen, man. Yo, listen, you ain't gotta, be doing, you just gotta be yourself. Homie. And Drake was like, you right, Wayne, I'm gonna just be myself and use hip hop as a catalyst to, find out who I really am. But before that, Drake was out here doing blackface shit. Like, like a white boy would do. And to be honest, that's a conversation because that is a story for mixed and light-skinned people sometimes. Mainly mixed people, because being light-skinned... Dude, are you serious? I've had the conversation
you are
with mixed
giving
people
this
about
man
that.
so much like leeway.
Well,
here.
no, it is benefit of the doubt, but on some real, like I'm not joking now. Like that's a thing. Colorism is a thing, and mixed people have identity issues. Like
Yes,
serious
this is
identity
true.
issues, bro.
This
Like
is
I'm not
true.
I don't have to give him that. That's just society.
Yes,
Like you a mixed dude,
but-
you grow up in a certain environment. Like, but you're just like, nah, he ain't getting off with the blackface nigga, And it's like,
No.
well,
No, he's not.
I mean, he's not technically anyway. Like, he knows he did it. Everyone else knows now too because of Pusha T. But like, it's like, really, how much are we really gonna hate him for that?
A lot. A lot.
Well, you speak for you.
He's done worse. Like,
Has he? Oh shit! Now I
feel
can't
like
say
he
shit.
has.
Oh no, but now are you assuming?
No, I mean, like, why is he texting Millie Bobby Brown before she turns 18? What's that about?
Oh, okay. So people do think he's grooming, and that one is a weird conversation. But I don't know.
Just saying.
It's funny how no one in Hollywood thinks it's weird, though, right?
No, people in Hollywood think it's weird.
But
They just
no
don't
one's
say
really
anything.
doing anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because they like to eat and have their job. Like, you know, like there's like probably 3 people that could actually do something about it, but they
Where's
also
Whoopi Goldberg when
are
you
just
need
too
her? She's the
greedy.
one to say shit like this. I feel like on
Whoopi
an episode of You
Goldberg.
had to be like, what the heck is he doing? But yeah, I don't know. Like maybe didn't they work together on something and that's why he has the number or some shit like that?
That's
and like
not, that,
Millie
like,
Bobby's like in love with him too, so it's like real strange.
that's like saying that if you work in a daycare, you just get to text the children. Like, it's just like, no. It's like,
Okay.
no.
That
No.
is very, very excessive. And you're right. That's true. But, you know, at a certain point, you know, here's the thing.
Point you do?
No. I didn't tie that together properly. What I was meaning to say is at a certain point,
you know?
and like Hollywood, you realize in Hollywood, or if you're like a professional sports league athlete, the level of maturity that society puts on you is different. You do understand that, right?
What do you mean
You
by
see
that?
that. You see that happen, right?
What do you mean by that?
Like literally, let's say you're some 18-year-old fresh out of college but talented as fuck, like LeBron James, and now you doing all this. Sure, you're 18 and still a kid, but now everyone's technically expecting you to make moves like when you think about it, like a military leader, like you got 10 years of experience and you're supposed to, and that's the what they expect out of you, know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So on the other side, for like artists in Hollywood, yeah, Millie Bobby Brown's 16 and a child to us, but there's also the whole level of her being this amazing actress at this age, and people being like, you know, oh, we still have to, you know, we can't just treat her like a little girl. We have to respect her womanhood and shit like that, which on one level is true, but due to it being Hollywood is grossly exaggerated. But you do realize that happens, right? Which is why shit like this happens. Because they don't play by the same rules. It's not, this isn't about you agreeing with it. I don't agree with it. I'm telling you an observation. Like, and I'm surprised you don't see this.
No, it's not that. It's like, are you telling me the observation or are you telling me the excuse? That's
I'm
what
telling you
I'm
the observation.
Because I feel like
that
it's
is the excuse.
It's a convenient excuse to be like, well, we just treat everybody we work with their own agency, but we just happen to call that agency adulthood.
Well, it isn't even just like that. Keep in mind, on those sets, you have to treat the child like that anyway to make sure they work properly. You've never been a child star. That's why they get fucked up. You're being treated as an adult at this young, and tying back to Millie Bobby Brown, that's all that's happening. It's actually really gross. Once again, I'm not saying it's an excuse. That's the observation, but that would be the excuse for like some exec who's like, yeah, well, hey, I directed her in this. She's basically a grown woman at this point. Like, come over here, sweetheart. Oh God, what is up with me today? Like, what is up with
you? Are
just, please.
You're on a roll.
Like, oh my God. Anyway, but all jokes aside, seriously, like that child star syndrome shit, like leaks into the culture, and they like normalize that shit, and all of a sudden you're a pedophile, and people think and think about old school Hollywood, bro. Elvis married a 14-year-old.
He did, yeah.
Wasn't it? There's plenty of stories.
No, wait, who married their cousin? I think it was like.
Oh yeah, you are
the
right.
other
I don't
one,
remember.
Not Elvis, but like, did Elvis?
Johnny Cash, wasn't it? Like his niece or something?
I think Johnny Cash did that.
Something like that. And keep in mind, and that's just stemming from an age where like you know, an older man marrying a younger woman was considered like normal. Like back in the 50s before that, like, oh, you were 16 being married off to some like 23-year-old or something like that. Oh, that was normal. He's going to take care of you anyway. But, you know, times change, but old fucking frames of mind kind of still linger in a weird fucking subtle type way, or not so subtle considering Drake and Millie. But yeah, that's what that shit is. That's why I'm like, what? You haven't seen this, bro? Like blatant observation right there in your face. It's like, yo, what the fuck? And it's just because like, I mean, look at R. Kelly. People saw what R. Kelly was doing, didn't say nothing.
Yep.
You know what I
But that's
mean?
because they making money, you know?
Well, truth be told, we're talking Hollywood, so it's not like we could leave it out.
What do you mean?
As in, like, yeah, like they're making money, but we're talking Hollywood. Like, yeah, we're talking lots of money. We're talking about the culture that gets them into making that money and why they normalize certain things and think it's okay.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, like you can't leave out the money anyway. Truth be told, even as I was talking about it, I didn't leave out the money. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
yeah. So, of course, blackface from Drake is not okay. I'm just like, me personally, I do give a little bit of, I don't want to say leeway, but, you know, I try to show a little sympathy for like lighter skinned black people or, you know, mixed race black people. They lived a completely different life. That's what colorism is. They lived an entirely completely different life from you, from me, from the white person that is our counterparts.
Sympathy,
and we don't talk
pity?
about probably pity. Probably more pity than sympathy.
See, that's what I thought, and that's fucked up.
Probably. I didn't say, listen, I'm never trying to make myself seem like an angel because I'm not. And it would be more sympathy, but like on some level, you do still have to recognize the agency of the individual, which is why it's pity. Because it's like you did still know what you were doing. And this isn't for all mixed and, you know, light-skinned people, because you have some mixed light-skinned people who like they know where they stand on either side. You know what I'm saying? But I find in the majority, like it's confusing at first. And I think it is, like, and on some level, so it's really only pity because I still want to actually treat you, you know, as if you aren't different, but it's the fact that I have to recognize the fact that there is major difference. Because they're not living the same life as us or a white person. And neither sides give them that, neither sides ever give them that. Like, yo, it's not different. You know, you're just one of two pieces. It's like, no, they're one full piece and they're confused because of us. Is how I think about it. It's how I've always thought about it.
So what you're saying is we shouldn't mix the races.
Why are you this person? Just why
I'm not
why
Alex Jones. You're Alex Jones.
Why are you the way that you are sometimes? Just sometimes I want you to be other ways that you aren't, but you choose to be the way that you are. And, and I just would like it if you weren't that.
It just sounded to me at the time that what you were saying is that the how can I say the prescription to our dilemma is that we should not let the races entangle. That's all.
That was gross. You're a gross person right now. And no, I'm not. You know, be glad I'm so comfortable and secure in myself in most things. In any case, like, no, I would never say that. But I would say we on the two sides that we made have to kind of give them, like, you know, whether it be sympathy or pity, but they have to get one or the other. Like, we fucked them up. Like, they didn't ask to be created. You know what I mean? And like the exist. I know. Yeah, you laugh, but I'm sorry. I don't even feel bad about saying that. We legit fucked them up. They're supposed to be their own individuals.
It sound like light-skinned people are like this fucking like experiment that went wrong.
I truly mean mixed people, because light-skinned people have been around for black people before. Maybe not super light-skinned, but like I really mean for like mixed people, black and white mixed people specifically. But you know, it happens in Asia too when you're like Caucasian and like Japanese or something. It fucks you up. And yeah, I know I didn't mean for it to sound like some experiment thing, which you're being an asshole right now.
But that's how it sounded. It's not me.
It's not how it sounds. I'm saying like Like, they are kind of fucked up in that capacity sometimes. And I'm not talking like all the time. I just, seriously, like, how would you feel growing up and you're told, oh, so I'm not dark enough here, so I can't be black. Oh, but I'm not light enough here, and my hair's not straight enough, so I can't be white. And, you know, I try to find my own space, but there isn't really one created. And then even when I find other people like myself, sometimes it's weird because either they're confused and we don't interact as well, or they are on one side or the other and will either have issue with me or try to bring me to a place I don't feel comfortable in yet.
Dude, okay.
Like, I don't even really think it's funny. Like, that's just real shit, man.
I question a lot of, it's not colorism that I question, but I do question a lot of complaints that light-skinned people have sometimes. Like, is there enough black people out there that's really saying you're not black? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, when you just brought that up just then, like, is there literally enough black people to be like, oh, no, you're not black?
If we're talking now, no. But if we're talking even back in the 90s, if we're talking earlier, yes. Like, come on, dude. I don't even think that's fair.
Isn't it?
No, it's really not. like now, sure. But, you know, as we were talking about, shit still lingers. But like now, no. Because, you know, black people on that level usually ain't that ignorant. But back then, come on, dude. Even you have to remember being young enough to have seen like mixed kids getting picked on, dude. And if you haven't, okay, like, but that's surprising.
Yes, mixed kids do get picked on,
and not to any fault of their own, as you know, like just being picked on, having issues. Come on, dude.
But this is okay. I think this is the problem with a lot of black people, like dark skinned black people have with mixed black people, is that like light skinned people have this thing where sometimes it feels like they want a special exception for the fact that they got picked on, when it's like, we are all getting picked on for being black. Like, it is like...
And so they don't deserve at least some sort of apology from the black community that was being picked on for being black and then picked on them for being a different kind of black?
I don't think so.
Yo, see, bro? Look at you. You just so weird sometimes, bro. Like, you be answering in ways I wouldn't expect you to answer, but then you have particular triggers.
I really don't have... Yeah, bro. I do have those. I have... Listen,
oh my God, Logan,
I have my own particular triggers. I have my own particular prejudices.
Okay, man. Well, you know, if you feel that way, why don't you put that out, take that outside of yourself and explain why you feel so harshly about that? Why do you feel so like that? Like,
because you don't get, like, how do I say this? How do I say this? Not to like clean it up, but just have a complete thought. You know,
hope you figure it out, because
this is,
I know where I stand.
The way you say it, I don't agree with it at all. It's not that
okay. Okay.
No, I don't. Like, because the way you say it, like, absolves Drake.
And see, that's the thing.
Like,
you always be taking shit out of context.
Shit.
I'm not absolving them. I'm just saying I can understand where they're coming from. That's why I do pity them. I personally have a little bit more patience depending on the type of person I'm seeing with when I see certain like triggers. Or
you are not so far gone in your blackness that you don't know that you shouldn't be wearing blackface. I'm not gonna give you that grace. Like, that's not.
See, okay, Logan, that's you, Logan. That's how far gone.
You know what I mean?
That's how far gone I think.
Tell me because your mom was white or Jewish or whatever that, like, you didn't know that you shouldn't be wearing blackface,
or didn't think, hey, he wearing blackface would be an issue.
You knew that shit was gonna be an issue. See, this is the type of shit we don't like.
No, see, like, you being like, wow, you're being the stereotypical dark skinned nigga. Talking about, man. Nah, you know what the fuck you was doing.
I ain't got no tears for that shit.
I ain't got no time for all this bull. Yo, wow, bro.
I'm doing real shit out here.
Okay, bro. Yo, you so funny, bro.
No.
You so funny.
No. You wanna cry because I made fun of you because you decided to wear blackface? Fuck you. Get out the fuck out of here. Like, you like sensible shit. Are you saying that like is that where we're at? Where we're like saying that light skinned people can't be fucking sensible?
We talking mainly about mixed people.
Like, they just
Logan.
ain't got no goddamn sense.
But that's obviously you've turned this into something it didn't need to be.
Wow.
We're talking specifically about mixed people and the issues they go. It just so happens we lump light skin in because it's similar. But okay, Logan, carry on in your,
it's the majority of it.
Mixed hate.
It's not mixed hate. See, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
That's some fucking kid gloves. If that's hate. Saying Drake should have known better than to wear blackface. That's hate.
Oh, Logan. So, well, no, let me not say that because
that's what I'm saying.
No. I'm not talking about. There was something I was gonna say, but it was about the conversation we had before we started, and it was about care. It was about care for particular communities, right? You remember that? You remember that one? Oh yeah, you remember that one? Yeah. You look at me like, yo, I hate when you do this shit, nigga. Yeah, because we just had the fucking conversation.
We can have that conversation too, but I'm just saying.
We literally, and it's like,
that
who
when
gets
I think about
not?
it, when I think about it critically, right?
Oh, really?
Yes, I don't have a lot of sympathy in my heart for a condition that just relieves you of all your fucking common sense.
Okay.
I'm just supposed to absolve that shit.
No one ever talked about absolving.
I'm living with real world consequences where for doing just half of that bullshit will get me killed or some bullshit. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it in my life.
Okay, but at least tell me you see how you're picking and choosing right now.
No, I am picking out the differences in privilege and power. And I'm saying that, like, you whining that, like, oh my God, I just don't know. Like, that's the same shit white people do. It's like, see, that's why I say, like, yeah, don't
You're a horrible person right now.
Like, we do the same thing with white people. White people say, oh, I didn't know you shouldn't wear blackface. Now we're supposed to do it with light-skinned people. Say, oh, I didn't know.
And it's like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that with white people. We literally are like, yo, what the fuck is he doing in blackface?
That's exactly what I'm saying. What the fuck, Drake?
But you literally go, oh, Drake's white. In that
I did
sense.
not say Drake was white.
You didn't say that. I'm not saying you said that. But when you use it in that context, that's literally kind of what you're saying.
No, it's not.
Which isn't
what
fair.
The fuck? Get the fuck out
see,
of here.
Look what you did. Hey,
How
I'm
the
just,
fuck am I
listen.
saying? When did I say Drake was white?
I'm not saying you said Drake was white. It's just when you think about it in the context that you just brought up.
No, what
it's
I
like,
said is
we're treating Drake like a white person.
I said yes, because if we're gonna say, oh well,
except we don't treat white people like that.
No, we're like, if we're saying like, oh well, I know that's almost better than them. This is like, oh wow, I guess that because he had a white mom, he didn't know any better not to dress in blackface. Like, if that's what we're taking it.
Okay, no, we're not. No one even said. I didn't even say that. What we're taking it to is, oh, nigga was confused, and that's why he was. I don't understand how that's not translating.
Because I feel like there ain't enough confusion in the world for that shit.
And that's you, how you feel as a dark-skinned person who never had to experience what he went through.
Stop saying it like it's a condition. Like what he went through.
Yo, the truth. I know you laugh, we joke, but the truth is, it is a condition. And not in the terms of medical, in the terms of conditioning. Because people are conditioned a certain way.
Medical.
I know you did, and that's on you. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, that's how I look at it, because it's like, I can't judge them so harshly because I will have no idea what that particular experience was. Who apparently wasn't even in his life like that.
Who
when
said
he was
that?
Younger.
Is that true?
When he was, it's not like his dad abandoned him, but it's like Pops wasn't necessarily in his life as strongly like that anyway. That happened later in his life, is my understanding. Pops my man Drake lives in Toronto, Canada. Father lived in Memphis. Yes, he talks about visiting, but obviously mom's had custody. He was up in Toronto.
I feel like I should do it. Should I do it?
Do what?
You're not gonna like it.
Oh God.
You're not gonna like it,
Logan. But
should I do it?
How you go? I don't know. No, I ain't answering this, man. You got to decide for yourself. I ain't being complicit. Yeah, the judge ain't gonna Rico me. Like, that's all you. Yeah. Judge's gonna be like, well, Mitchell, it seems like nope. Y'all heard me on the cast.
White mom.
What?
Barack Obama had a white mom.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
Barack Obama only had his white mom.
You're gross.
And his white grandpa.
So gross right now. And you
don't
know
see
how
Barack
gross
Obama
you're being.
dressing in blackface.
You know
Just
how
saying.
gross you're being right now of what we know. Of what we know.
That's
But you
fucked
also
up.
know how
No,
gross you're
don't
being.
put that on Barack like
but it's
that.
not fucked up what you're doing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's only wrong with Mitchell's. Mitchell's supposed to be the perfect angel. Yeah. Bro, you know it's gross what you're doing. So we're not even gonna talk about that.
All right, that
but
is
you're
a
like,
little
should I
gross.
do it? I didn't really. You had to take it that.
I told
gross.
you you wasn't gonna like it.
Yeah. Oh.
I know you enough to know you're not gonna like it.
Anyway, I'm not saying it absolves him of anything.
Okay.
We know it's wrong. He knows it's wrong. I'm just saying in terms of like understanding why. It's
You
like
saying like you feel like you understand how we got here.
how he got to the why he would do something so stupid. Yeah. Like I don't have to take this serious. I'm neither white or black. So technically I'm not offending nobody. And I mean, is it blackface if I'm part black? Oh, I don't know. Do I have to care? They don't care about me. Wait, do they? I don't know. But I mean, it seems kind of funny. Maybe I'll get paid for it. Maybe I don't have to think about it too harshly. All the thoughts that I wouldn't necessarily have, because in general, if I put blackface on, not much is going to change anyway. Unless I do it specifically the way he did, then I'm being offensive because I'm super should have known better.
All that shit there, I don't have time for. I do not.
I know.
I do not. Nope.
Yeah, I get it.
Nope.
Yep.
Now with my
you
black
like
ass
to pick and
problems.
choose
Nope.
which communities we have care for, apparently.
No, don't act like that.
It's too late.
If somebody, okay, listen, if y'all truly think, like Mitch has said on the show before, if you truly find offense with what I have said, beyond the Barack Obama part, don't talk to me about that. I know I was being offensive about that, but like about everything else.
So gross.
If you truly find offense, with the fact that I don't get the black ass time for that type of, I don't even know what to call it. Like it's just nothing, like nothingness. Like it just like I don't even know what to call it. Write me, tell me, let me know. I don't feel like I am going too far out there to be like, this shit right here. And it's not like this is the thing, because Mitch is trying to make me sound like something I'm not too.
I am not.
Just
you
a
are
little
making
bit.
you
Just a little
sound
bit.
like something
Hey,
you
hold on,
are. Is
hold on.
all I'm saying.
Just a tiny bit.
No,
tiny
not
bit.
even a tiny bit.
I'm gonna tell you why, because this is what I feel like. Mitch is trying to make it sound like I'm doing a full colorism, and that's not true.
Wow,
it's not true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mind you, the fact that you said a full color. Just finish your full. Who sounds like the oppressive power now?
I think that's gonna be a title, by
bro.
the way.
Yeah, who sounds like an oppressive power? Fucking anyway. Yeah, Mr. Guy.
No, you making it sound like when that's not what colorism is. Colorism is literally discriminating against like somebody because they're light skinned, discriminating against the fact that like like the paper bag test, where like some like black performers would be like, you can't come on the stage if you light it in this paper bag. You know what I mean? Like that's a colorism. That's fucked up. You can't just like exclude people because one of their parents might be white or some shit. You know what I mean? You can't just like fucking like discriminate against people and have like real fucking prejudice against people because of like how they're born. Like they didn't choose their parents, like you said earlier, right? However, that has nothing to do with the fact of like somebody just doing fucking nonsense and like that's a part of their day, and then like I'm supposed to just make room and leeway for that in my time.
No
like
one told
my
you to
time
make room
with
or
what I'm
for
trying to do with my day.
No one told you to do that.
It feels like that. It feels like I'm supposed to make.
I bet it does feel like that to you, oppressive power person.
You think that's all right, whatever. You feel like that? That's how you feel?
For them, a little bit, yeah. And it's funny because we literally just had the conversation before. Because from my perspective, and it's not me, because we're not here asking you to absolve them. It's like, yo, Logan, could you at least acknowledge that there is a possibility that, this is kind of how they can come out. Like the possibilities are there. It can make sense. And you're just like,
that. No. Yeah, I can. No. I have no
That's
problem.
how you sound. I'm not saying that's what you said. That's how you sound.
No. Okay. Let me back up then. Let me end like this. it's not that I don't have a it's not that I have a problem imagining or like making the logic that is what somebody who might be light skinned like comes up with, right?
Mixed. I told you we do have to separate. There is a difference.
You know why I say light skin? Because
I know why you said light skin.
I understand what you're saying is the difference, but like as the world treats you when you're out, like nobody's asking you who your father is all the time. You know what I mean? Some people just get treated how they look. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah,
that's
sure.
that's just
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's valid. I get it.
So like I get what you're saying. However, it's not that I can't fathom it. It's that to me, I don't got time for it. It's like anybody got time for that shit. It's like
I do. I think maybe you should make more time for it.
Why?
Why
Is this something
Logan,
pressing
you're
that I have to understand why Drake got to the point where
it's not even just about Drake. It's about an entire margin of people, actually, almost.
Give me a different example.
Well,
a lesser example.
I'm not drawing specifics here. I'm just meaning in terms of the premise of like understanding, kind of trying to step in the shoes of what it's like to really be a mixed person. Because we as black people and white people like to be like, we like to pretend that we get half the
black
story.
People, mixed people are black people. I think this is where I come from. Mixed people are black people.
And I actually don't agree with that statement. I think it's actually insulting.
That might be why you look at my
No, and but that isn't just you. And I understand that sentiment myself, you know what I mean? Logan. This is me changing the paradigm because it's like I said, we have a history. We're ignoring an entire margin of people, and we do it because we think like we have half the story already. We do not. We do not know what their lives was like. Black people, we go, oh, we get what it's like to be discriminated against. And of course, we're going to have similarities with people. Everybody has similarities. Yeah, we get what it's like for them to be told they can't drink from the white person's fountain. Duh, we're going to get that. But nonetheless, they're still at a complete different person having a complete different identity thing than we are. But we don't care to acknowledge that because white people really fucked that up, for the record. To be honest with you, it's funny how we could just turn this all back on them. But the fact is, white people are really the ones who fucked that up. It was white people who made the eighth whatever rule. It was white people who went, oh,
one drop rule, yeah,
one drop. It was white people who went, oh, they black, and then black people being like, okay, well, they getting treated like us, they black. And for the record, black people culturally being kind of the most like empathetic people, if you ask me, like globally, for whatever reason, like we just got empathy. To me, don't quote me on that.
No, I got you.
But like, yeah. And us being like, oh yeah, they're not going to accept you, but we in this struggle together, my brother, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to accept you. So white people really did fuck that up. But the fact is, mixed people, and not just black and white mixed people, for the record, if you Japanese, Russian, or you Indonesian and fucking Brazilian or some shit, there is a mixture happening within you. I hate to say it like that because it does sound like an experiment. But like we like to talk about in terms of humanity, there is variation. And sometimes we get to variation and we're like, nah, it could be grouped up here or there. And it's like, no. And that's why we have identity issues now across the board in other places.
For all intents and purposes, though, my perspective is that
no, and I get that. I'm not trying to dispute that.
So that's what I'm saying. So like my perspective on that.
But it's not the real case. But
to you.
It's not. It's just not. Period. But continue.
But like I can understand where you're saying that my perspective is careless if you come from the perspective that like mixed people are their own thing and they're not black.
Well,
you know what I mean? So then
that is it.
So then like black people maybe should take care of mixed people in a different way or whatever.
Well, white people,
you know what I mean? Or white people too, like whoever.
It's their fault this happened.
Whatever. But like my perspective is that you black too. I don't have time for your nonsense because that sit your ass down somewhere, nigga. Like that's how I feel. Which is exactly
how
I felt.
Which is how the black community almost treats all like mixed people.
Yes, because they black too. Sit your ass down. Stop making ruckus
obviously
and shit.
It works and functions. The fact is, though, it really is wrong. And I don't mean to I don't know. I don't mean to call anybody out or hurt feelings here. No, it's not, because there's nothing wrong with being black. The reason it is wrong, because it's like you've really technically, other than robbing someone of their identity, you haven't really allowed them to really exist as who they are. You've made them conform to, and we talk about that being wrong everywhere. But when we get to mixed people, we're like, oh, it's okay because they're one of two pieces.
Thing. That's what I'm saying.
It's not about it being a special thing. It's not about anyone being special.
Like,
no one's special. That doesn't mean we're not different.
I don't want to play Oppression Olympics, but like
it's not Oppression Olympics.
But like that. But I'm saying
that's how you feel.
If like
that just is what it is.
This is what I'm saying. I don't want to play Oppression Olympics, but if I were to, like, your event can't be that I'm treated different. Like we all that's all of our base. Like that's where we all start. Like we can't we don't it can't be like I'm different. Like that. Like yes, we all are. That was what they said the problem was. You can't start from there. Like I get like that's what I'm saying. That's the part of the sympathy I don't have. It's like if that's your complaint, like I wish that was mine. Like, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish my complaint was just that, oh, I just wish that I was being, like, it's just because I'm different. Like, it's just like, don't shake your head at me.
Moving on. You used to go come back to bite you. You're going to be like, damn, wish I had listened to Mitch and took to heart what Mitch was telling me, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm not even talking to just you when I say that.
This is why when we come on the show, I tell you guys all the time, better me be the villain than you. That's why I say that. I try to keep you guys squeaky clean as much as I can, and I let myself be the bad guy. I don't mind being the bad guy. Speaking of bad guys, I'm tired of fucking superheroes. That was a perfect segue.
Oh my god, you're gross. You're just gross.
That was a good segue. That was really good.
So, do you mean superhero movies or just superheroes?
80% superhero movies, 20% superheroes.
Okay. I disagree with the statement in general, but I get you.
Because I'm going to say why. It feels like to me, like I said last episode, like before we left, was that like they don't fucking stop making these fucking superhero movies. Like superhero content. Huh?
Nor are they going to.
We're oversaturated. The market is oversaturated. Like the value is far depreciated at this point. Like there is none. Like this is zero. Like we should have stopped when we started letting Zack Snyder make more than one superhero movie at a time, and we just kept going. Like nothing was wrong.
Praise the Snyder Cut.
See what I mean? And then and then we decided, you know, it would be great. Instead of having like a superhero movie every 2 years, we have like a superhero movie every 6 months. And then that turned into like every 3 months.
Or
and now
or something. Okay. Yeah. Carry on.
This is a problem. This is not good.
Oh, okay. Here's my only argument. It's your problem as a film buff. Because me as a person who because I read comic books, my life has been oversaturated already. So to me, seeing it in media isn't strange. That's normal considering the genre.
I've been trying to think of it like that too.
Because to be honest, like it's to me like when people say, when people are like, "Oh, One Piece, the manga." For those of you who don't know, One Piece is my favorite manga anime, written and created by Ishiro Oda. Thank you. In any case, its complaint is that it's too long. But the thing is, like, you like watching shit or reading shit. Like, it's not that different from you having a whole bunch of seasons. They just didn't break it up and give you the seasons. So it's like really people are like upset it's oversaturated, but it's actually what's normal. If you don't like it, just don't watch it.
No, I love
the real dilemma I can see, the real dilemma I can actually see is like, all right, with there being oversaturation, you don't get other creative works getting as much shine. That is a serious problem I can get with.
I don't care about that. That part I don't actually care about.
Okay.
Like that part is the Martin Scorsese like type of argument where like he's like superhero movies aren't like cinema, and I'm like,
well, no. I'm not even saying that. Just the fact that if there's so much of one thing coming out, maybe a studio isn't committing to other projects.
Well, that was his argument. was that like superhero movies aren't cinema, and we need to focus more on what cinema is, and like auteur type films and like
I hate
independent
that
films.
argument though,
and
that superhero films aren't cinema.
Yeah,
Like,
it's stupid.
come
Like
on, you
what
can
I was
slow
gonna
that
say
down.
is like,
Yeah,
shut
yeah,
up. That
yeah.
doesn't. I love
down.
Martin Scorsese. I love a lot of his
thank
movies.
you, but like,
but
no,
like,
you don't get to say that.
No, shut up. You know what I mean? Because like you said, if you like it, like these are the stories that are important to you. You know what I mean?
And that's your content. That's the content you like.
And that is the content you like. That's what I like. I like superhero movies. However, I'm getting a little bogged down by it because of the fact that one, the quality has gone down. Like the quality is just like in like storytelling and writing and everything is just decreased at like a garbage level. Like it's just horrible. Like it's like, okay, for example, Sarah for the last couple of days has been watching the old Spider-Man movies, like the one with Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Good times. Except for the third one. But good times.
I'll even get to that in a second. And I'm watching the first and second movie. I'm like, this is film. Like this is like,
those were great.
This is real. This is a movie. I'm watching a real movie.
Do you remember the first Blade?
Yeah, those two. Like those are like real action movies.
The third one, it's funny how like, trilogies fuck up at the end, but like
don't distract me. I got a point.
Sorry. Yeah.
But like I'm watching like, for example, like Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is like the best, I think, like superhero movie in like a very long time. Maybe until you get to like Iron Man or something, right?
Iron Man 1
is also really like one of those things where it's like a real movie. You know what I mean?
Good film.
It's like you're watching a film where like the characters like have lives that you actually invested in. Like the stakes that are involved go beyond just whether or not somebody gets hit in the face. You know, like things matter. Like these things have, like these characters have personalities. You know what I mean? And beyond that, there's like actual filmmaking involved where like somebody gave a fuck to like block and like set up a shot and like actually like tell a story through the camera. Like there's layers to the shit. You know what I mean? And nowadays we don't have any of that shit. It's like the Marvel, like the way Marvel looks, and Marvel makes the best, like Marvel is making the best superhero movies today.
Yeah, that really is. If we want to talk animated content, we could talk DC and like Image, but if we're talking cinematic, like live, like Marvel.
Right. And their thing is so cookie cutter, and like the jokes, the personalities of the characters and everything, they're so like, I don't want to say wooden, but almost predictable in a way where it's like,
this is fair.
I get the outline of the character, but I don't get the character. You know, I don't get the heart of the thing coming out. Like, if you don't know what I mean, go to YouTube and try to find the scene where Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2 tells Aunt May that he did nothing to stop the person who killed Uncle Ben.
Yo, that shit was real. That shit was gutter. Oh my God. She slipped the hand away, needed to go cry. He was like, fuck.
Thank you.
Uncle Ben, I need you.
I watched that scene last night.
Bro, I mean, yeah.
And I said, what the fuck I'm like, this isn't a superhero movie. This is like a movie. Like, this is real.
A superhero movie. It was just good.
But at the time, they was like saying all the shit I was saying now about superhero movies. They're like, oh, well, yeah. Because like, who wants to be the person that has to go up against Spider-Man when you're like looking for funding? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get that. But you're watching that scene and it's like the actress who's playing Aunt May and then Tobey Maguire, like in that scene, locked into each other, crying with each other, like sitting there with no music. Like it's just a dead silence.
Dead silence.
He's like telling the story of how he did nothing, how like he was angry, how
that shit hurted,
for years he let this old ass woman think she was responsible for her husband, who she loved most in this whole fucking world, die, and he didn't tell her it was him and not her. this was a movie.
It was. Yeah. This
Like
is fair.
this.
This is valid.
Like this. You know, when somebody's like, that was a man. Like, this was a movie. Like, you know, like this. That was a film.
I don't know what happened other than a whole bunch of funding and people no longer caring because we have money to make off toys. Like, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man wasn't really, it was just Sam Raimi making good movies he wasn't worried about. But now, like, oh, if a production's getting funding, it's like, all right, what's the toy line set to sell to the kids? And, you know, the toys to have in the fast food joints and stuff like that, which plays a big part, to be honest with you. So, but I mean, like, I don't know what the options are, because it's like, I would enjoy better content coming out, but if people don't get that funding, the content usually is subpar because, you know, cinematic experiences based on those need a lot if you're going to make them better. Like, that is what we noticed between 1 and 2. It was like, oh, like, technology got better. They were shooting such cooler shit. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the good. It's like Michael Bay's Transformers. Like, I'm not in there for, like, other than soliloquies from Optimus Prime, which could, like, melt butter. I'm not in there.
No, keep going. Yeah.
I'm not in there for, like, you know, a script. I came to watch robots tussle and explosions.
But yes. And I feel like that's where we're at. But if you could get a script.
Yo, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you watch the new Batman? They said that was pretty good.
I did watch the new Batman, but I'm saying that, like, if the new Batman came out at the same time that shit came out, I think the new Batman flops. That's what I'm saying. Is that, like, we watch the new Batman and we see the story making out of the new Batman, and out of desperation, out of the shit that we're being fed, we're like, some sustenance. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God.
Finally, a story of substance and character.
Right? But the substance, to me, when I watch it, is not all of that. Like, it's not where I want it to be. I will like it as, like, you know, I get what he's trying to do. I get what he's like. I get what the direction is. This is comedian Patton Oswalt, and he has this really good,
I know Patton.
Yeah, he has this really good joke about how, like, men make good directors, but women make really good editors because, like, they cut away all the fluff in the film. He's like, because men treat the camera like it's their dick, and they just go around shooting everything with it, and, like, yeah, I got my camera dick, and I got, you know, that's his joke or whatever.
No,
right?
I know, that's his voice too.
And he's like, I'm just shooting everything, and, like, he's like, and then they will just leave that in the movie, and it's like, this movie is like 5 hours long, and it doesn't need to be, but like basically the joke is, like, women are editors and they'll cut it down and they'll make a great movie. And, like, he has, like, this whole allusion to how, like, George Lucas made, like, the original Star Wars, like, 6 hours long or some bullshit, and then, like, his wife was like, we don't need all that, and then, like, and then, like, she cut it down, and then it was a great phenomenon, and then, like, they won, like, a fucking special effects and, like, editing Oscar, and, like, that's the story, you know what I mean? And it's all true, but, like, that's how I felt, like, watching the Batman. I was like, who fucking decided we needed all of this? Like, it was like 3 hours long, and I was like, this could have been condensed. Like, this I didn't need all of. And it's like, it feels like if you don't, it's like an unfinished product. You know what I mean? At that point, it's like you're just making a superhero movie, and because, like, there's only, like, a minimal amount of people who care about the project gets to be that. It just is what it is at the end of the day. And so, like, even a good project is just, that's what it's going to be, you know? And then, so to the audience, that's the care we get out of it. We don't get, like, more. We deserve more, but we don't get that. And so that's why I'm tired of superhero movies. I'm tired of just, like, having to keep up with bullshit, you know? Like, I'm tired, yeah, even that. Like you said, are you tired of superheroes or are you tired of superhero movies? Like, the superhero aspect, I'm tired of because they don't fucking care and they don't write the shit well. You know, they don't know the function of a superhero. First off, A lot of people that are writing it, they don't understand why this person is a hero. They don't understand why they need to be a hero. They don't understand what the function of like having this thing in the first place. Like the whole idea that like superheroes need to be relatable is like, who the fuck made that up? Like, it's like they don't have to be. Like, some superheroes are relatable because, like, yes, they are supposed to be reflections of ourselves and how we're supposed to do better. But some are supposed to be so far from us that it's like, yes, I want to be better because I would like to strive to something that I can never achieve. That is actually a noble pursuit, to strive for something that you will never be able to do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's something that we need. We need to have that, but we don't get it. And it's like, I'd rather just like cut the whole thing out. Just stop it. Just don't stop production. Boop. Just no more.
I need them. So, but you also have to remember the audience is still technically kids. That's the other thing with a lot of them, which is the other reason why you don't get, because like,
but superhero movies are so adult nowadays too.
I mean, yes, but nonetheless, because the kids are growing up. So like, think about Marvel's, phase 1. Like, you have the kids as young, and then you have the movies progressing all the way to like Endgame with people dying and stuff, because now those kids have become like preteens and teenagers, and you're marketing directly, or adults, and you're marketing directly to them.
Yeah.
So it also comes with the audience, because it's not like somebody gets to it's not like some fucking diehard fan of something got like $50 million and was told, all right, go make the best film you can make, go dramaturge that shit, pull everything straight from the comics, get everything accurate. It's not like that's the case.
Right.
Like, a studio is given a budget and they're like, all right, we have this generation of kids who will like this film, toy sales and stuff like that. So the real problem, I mean, sure, you could say like, don't generate them at all. But like, I mean, the fact is, if Blade hadn't been made, we wouldn't have got Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Between those film sets alone, we wouldn't have gotten anything at all. For me, who is a diehard comic book fan, it's hard for me to just say no altogether, because like I do like seeing shit come to life. That is like an enjoyable part, and it's like the option is either like, well, it's either to deal with this or get nothing at all, just because it's not like we're gonna have the option of getting like a true artist on the work. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not like we're really gonna get that person. The industry in general just doesn't even care about that anymore. Like, you got to be a big name director who's big name. And that's when you really get to, that's when a producer walks in and is like, hey, what you doing with all that money? You're just like, yo, listen, like, you want to make something, you want to make a return on this or not? Like, my record's already straight, but otherwise, no. Like, a producer's going to pull up and be like, we can't do this, and that. This is costing too much for the return that we're getting. This doesn't match the toy set. We need the outfit like this. But that's not, we need the outfit like this. You know what I mean? Which ruins the culture, and is one of the things that ruin like a lot of art in one sense. We talked about this before. You asked me about acting, if like industries ruin acting. And we came to the conclusion on why there's been some benefit in terms of like getting an actors union and bullshit like that, which is good. But how on the other end, you get a lot of like acting negatives with, thinking method's something you should do, with the process being kind of ruined and you not being able to commit to character and having to work. And it is the same thing with film creation. It's like, yo, the industry does that to a lot of shit. I mean, look at some of the other movies you like now. Like they did a remake on The Mummy. Did you know that was supposed to be an entire thing?
Yeah, I know. It was supposed to be like a whole universe.
It was supposed to be an answer. And then that first movie came out and the world was like, nah. You could keep that shit in the tomb, it seems. And me, I would have been really interested in that, because there's a fandom that I follow called World of Darkness, which is you remember how I play Vampire the Masquerade? Yeah. That's the universe that game is set in. And then there's other games, because it's a tabletop first. There's other game, well, not a tabletop, but a story driven like RPG type thing. So, and then I would have loved that, but nonetheless, like the industry was like, all right, rather than taking the time and care to be like, it should probably be done this way, let's respect some of the originals that came out and do things right. Like, mind you, this wasn't marketed towards kids. This was marketed towards adults, and they still got it wrong. Because, mind you, it's a little bit easier. Because with kids, you have to, like, for sake of the parents and, a little bit for sake of the child, make sure you chill on certain things so you don't fuck up an entire generation of children. With adults, you don't have to. You're like, all right, it's whatevs. All right, so put that chick, split her legs open, and put her on the unicycle, and just have it going. Whoa, hey, dude. Yeah, all right. Just put it up, see how it looks. Yeah, that was the director ripping them out. Yeah. And I ain't too far from the truth. But yeah, and it's like they still fucked it up because the industry just put so many expectations on you. And it is hard to, market something to an audience. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Shit just gets fucked up. Mm-hmm. But with the case of a superhero culture that can already be campy sometimes, and then you get an industry like Hollywood, like obviously shit's gonna be lackluster.
I think the bubble's gonna pop.
I hope so.
Coming.
Honestly,
I think it's coming soon.
I think when Blade drops, because Mahershala is going to be in it, and he's like an amazing actor. And
is
to
he
do
still?
Blade,
I thought they say he's not Blade anymore.
What?
I don't know.
Don't do this right now, Logan. I don't have time for that negativity.
That Mahershala is not Blade anymore.
Whoever would take Mahershala off a project in general is a fool.
Oh yeah.
There are very few actors that you just like Mahershala. You know what I mean? If Daniel Kaluuya's on a project, like why would you take him? Bryan Cranston, what's his name? Christoph Waltz. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, what? Like, there are people you just like. What's his name? Pascal, the Mandalorian actor. Like,
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal. They're just people. Like, why would you take that person off a project? They're going to bring you everything you need.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hope they didn't do that. That would be such a.
I thought I heard like a rumor about that. I might be wrong.
Oh God.
Don't quote me.
No, especially with Mahershala, because it's not like because the thing about like actors like Bryan Cranston and like Michael K. Williams, the talent is known industry wide, mm-hmm. but they don't market as well. They aren't like typical leading men because they're character actors,
right.
Which is bullshit. But nonetheless, that's just the way it is. Whereas Mahershala literally gives you all of it. You can market the man's face. He's handsome as fuck. And then he's a phenomenal actor. It's just stupid to take him off anything. You ready to go?
No. We got like one more and then we're ready to go.
Oh my fucking God. Let's just.
Well, we got like 1.5 more. Because Brittany Griner got locked up.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, we all know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So she got locked up. She was charged guilty for smuggling drugs. But the drugs in question were, from my understanding, just a few like, weed vape cartridges. Now, Russia's tough on drugs, apparently. But we all know it's really just because, like, Russia's looking for any reason to fuck with America in one sense, mm-hmm. distract them. Because, Russia's currently at war with Ukraine. Shout out to Ukraine. Things have gone silent in the media, but I hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all winning the war. Hope the casualties are low. But that's really all this. That's all it looks like to me. You know what I mean? I'm just mad that America isn't doing more.
I feel like it's kind of...
It's because we don't care enough. Like, it's just a WNBA player. For the record, that is the attitude.
What would we do? Because what if like Putin's demands really are like, we'll give her back as long as you like stop all your bullshit with the war? Like,
no, the demands are there's a trade. Did you hear about that?
No, what was the trade?
Bro.
Well, tell me. Let me know what the trade is.
Well, you can look it up for the exact again, but basically the point would be we're trading Brittany Griner for one of their worst arms dealers historically.
Oh, known. I think I did hear about that.
Mm-hmm. The arm dealer known as like the merchant
obviously
of death.
They ain't want that shit.
I guess.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously that's not what they want.
But it's like, even just a better law team. Like, she should have been like, come on. You mean to tell me we can afford to get her some of the best international lawyers America could provide?
There's no lawyer going to save her. There was no lawyer who was going to save her.
I mean, let's see.
The Russians were intent on keeping her.
Let's see, though. They're
what is
for like?
Do you really believe that if they had the best international lawyer in the world, the Russians were going to let her go in a Russian court?
Well, right now, considering relations with the UN and everyone else, okay, yeah, I get you. You're probably right. No. But damn,
they was going to keep that girl no matter what.
she can't even. I hope she tries to make a run for it. But like escapes and gets back home. In which case Russia will be mad, but like
this
what you gonna do?
Stranger Things.
Like I know, but like it'd be great if she just like they're like we have no idea where she is. She just popped back in America, and Russia's like, you are to return her, and we're like, nah. What you gonna do about it? Start another war? I pull up. Our thing goes like for real, because that's what would happen for real. If she was to like escape, you know, hypothetically speaking, and make it to America, like what's America gonna do? Really? Oh, what, Russia, you gonna risk war over the vape cartridges? I pull up.
Yo.
While you fight in Ukraine, pull up. Let's see you do it on both sides.
They would lose. That's not,
hard body.
Like,
but
shit,
like pull up.
The way they're going right now, they can't win right now. Like
they can't even. It's a struggle already. Like, all right, pull up,
bad.
Come fight the war, and then I guess World War III really would start. But nonetheless, like, yeah, pull up, and then it's just everyone against Russia, which would be sad. But I guess not everyone because they have a few allies. Right?
I understand the nuclear argument a lot better now because
it's really simple when you think about it. That's like one of the simpler things when you think about it.
No, because to me it always seemed like you bullshitting because like. I get that you got it. No, because I feel like what was that? Oh, whatever. I feel like why risk that? That seems like too big. Like it seems like just bullshit to me that like you would launch a nuclear warhead at us just so we would launch one back. Like you already know we have one. There's no reason to do it because like like it doesn't
one. You already know we have one.
There's no winning in the situation. There's no gain out of the situation. It's all lose. It's all fail.
I don't think you understand the military context of that. So let me put that into slight perspective in terms of what I'm aware of and limited information. I did do a small little stint where I almost enlisted to become a Marine and just didn't go to boot camp. So, you know, I got a sense of the culture. Yeah. I left, but like there was an instance where I was going to go and you get a sense of the culture. But you have to understand.
Wait, what made you stop?
America.
Okay, keep going.
Yes, it's so sad I don't even have to explain that. But like, and I told them that, like, not exactly. They were like, what's the issue? It was like, well, you know, mental health reasons, which was true, and it still is true. But the mental health issues stemming from the global issue and the American issues. And then at the time, remember, Trump was about to be president. Yeah, this is during, so and I was like, nah. No, Trump was president. I was like, no.
You went to sign up for the Marines while Trump was president?
No, well, before
You're a wild boy.
No, before he got like, I didn't actually.
Oh, you was like talking to them and then like
it seemed like, it was like, wow, it seems every day like he might actually, what if he does win? And I'm in the military at the time when he does. That seemed like a real bad look. But anyway, you have to, in the military context, keep in mind, Logan, if Russia was to launch a nuke at America, there are bunkers that can protect from a nuclear blast, from nuclear radiation. Me and you not gonna have access to them. You know, our neighbor Candy down the street ain't gonna have access to them. You know what I mean? Them niggas in them big ass buildings in the city not gonna have access to them. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are gonna go missing, but the right people in the military's mind are going to be fine to plan a counterattack against the enemy. You have to, it's so funny when you think about it. The military is supposed to serve the country that, you know, it's formed in. But nonetheless, they're also almost an entire different body and function in an entirely different, keep in mind, they function in an entirely different capacity than we as civilians do. So you think it's like there's no way that could happen because you're like, yeah, no one wants to die. They're not going to. We are.
No, I get that. My thing isn't necessarily that they don't want to die. It's that, okay, you killed billions of people here. They killed billions of people here or there or whatever. And it's like, how do you win?
The truth is, man, and that's the problem, because you
what's
keep in
the
mind
exit strategy?
There isn't, the way the military functions for the most part is this is the strategy and plan we made. We follow it to the T in terms of hierarchy. The reason it is like that, because if there is a breakdown in that structure, basically the entire point of the military, one of its strengths weakens. You don't have as good a military. If people aren't following orders and making shit go.
For defense, like our
and
strategy
for basic meaning.
is
basic
for
means.
defense and deterrence. It's like, this is what we would do.
It's not always defense and deterrence.
Yes, I understand. I'm just talking about the nuclear part. Is like, this is what we would do if, unless Trump is president. Let me say it like that, because when he was president, he was like, "Nah, I'd shoot that thing first." Like
yeah, it's amazing we made it.
Like I guess that's your right as president, but like he was basically
thing
saying,
goes,
yeah,
clack 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 clack, get a bit pop pop, boom.
That's basically what he said. So I feel like most presidents, that's not where they're at about the whole thing. They're like, they follow like what's the status quo, where it's like only if somebody else does it first, then we'll do it, right? I get that part. But the fact is, somebody has to do it first. And unless you are literally like a megalomaniac where it does not fucking matter if you win or not, there's no reason to do it.
Well, you're coming from the stance, which I would also come through, is in the term of that, like, collateral damage is far too high. They are not.
No, I don't know. It's not even the collateral damage part. There's no win. There's no reason.
See, to you, the win, depending on, it doesn't even matter how much collateral damage, is that enemy going to fall or not? Can I overcome them?
There is no fall. Everybody's dead.
No, well, we're dead. The people in the bunkers are still fighting.
Even then, you knew you couldn't get them. There is no win. That's what I'm saying. They both, like, don't think of like a civilian. Think of like somebody who's got $1 billion in their pocket. You already know. Like, think like this. Me and you are both billionaires. I know you have $1 billion. You know I have $1 billion. We both know we have nuclear bunkers. It makes no sense to try to bomb you when I know you're not going to die. It would make more sense for me to hire somebody to kill you, like one-on-one.
Which would make more sense, and is how things tend to be. It would make even more
sense for me to just poison your coffee, like what they do. But like, it makes zero sense to go through all the effort of launching a nuclear warhead when now I have to be in a hole in the ground for like 20 years now. I don't want to do that.
Like 50.
Yeah,
50
like
plus. Like,
I don't want to do that.
Longer,
and then
longer.
The fact that if the bombing happened, I would have to keep doing it at a prolonged rate where I would never be able to get out from underground. They don't want to do that shit.
No one wants to do that shit, Logan.
They have Russian oligarchs. When the war started in Ukraine, the one thing a lot of the Russian oligarchs were mad about was the fact that they couldn't just roam about the country because their money wasn't worth anything. So it was like, what the fuck? Like, mind you, their country is at war. They have there's no fucking patriotism. They don't give a shit. They're like, I'm going to Bermuda. What the fuck do you mean?
Going on?
I cannot
go. My card, like, my check bounced.
So that's what I'm saying. There's no win in the situation. If I had travel plans this weekend to go bang somebody in like Mexico City or some shit, or Cancun. Like, I'm not starting a nuclear war. Are you serious? Like, I got a date. Like, I don't care about this shit like that. Like, that fucks up my whole plans. That fucks up what you told me to get Mitch, you told me to take away the collateral people part. Like that, like, this is what I'm doing. This is what it looks like. It's nasty, and this is what it looks like. I don't want to do that shit. I got to go on vacation. And I can't do that if vacation don't exist anymore.
Oh, Logan.
It doesn't make any, like, nukes don't make any sense anymore.
Of course they don't make any sense, but they're very powerful weapons.
I feel like it's
sending messages.
No, I feel like it's more of a control thing for like the populace, for me and you. Like it's not
the fear of a nuclear.
It's like for us to rally and join the military and shit like that. It's not real. Like it's not. They're not going to do it.
I could never say that because I can't put stupidity beyond people.
That's true. People like Trump do exist.
Going to say that people get mad about things. You never
even
know.
Trump is like you could reason with him enough to be like, listen, you might not reason with him because he still didn't understand why we couldn't launch a nuke. But like you could reason with him enough to be like, if we launch a nuke, little buddy, you won't get to go out anymore. Like you won't get to go on vacation. Like,
yeah, Logan, but I mean, let's look at another scenario because who knows why a nuke will ever be launched. Let me take an example from like theater. So Chekhov would write plays, and in the play, like Uncle Vanya, there's like a gun on the wall, and it's theater etiquette. Like, yo, if there's a gun in the play, you can probably bet that at some point in time, sooner or later, the gun's gonna get used. It's there,
maybe.
Armed, maybe, but except in the theater sense, not even maybe. It's like the gun gets used, like it's in there. It's probably going to get used. It is dark, but you see where I'm going. So yeah, sure, everyone knows what a nuke does. We all know what a gun does. Yeah, but you do notice we keep keeping them around on our wall. They're not going nowhere.
Yeah, because we threatened that. Hey, you use yours, I'm gonna use mine. It's like, okay.
And the point of another country having it is a deterrent for a country that has one. So, Russia, China only created one because America dropped a sun on Japan, and everybody and their moms was like, nigga, that's a fucking sun. Where'd y'all get a goddamn sun? That don't make no fucking sense. I can't feel comfortable because that's what it's about. Comfort, safety. I can't feel comfortable knowing you dropping suns on niggas if I ain't got no sun to drop on you to fuck. Like, I know, but, bring a little levity. I know, I'm sorry, but bring just a little levity. But for real, like...
People's grandparents are dead.
Bro, that's a Japanese quote. Like, we had bombed them, and then the next week or over there, they dropped the power of the sun on us. That is directly from them.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
But like, for real, on the real, though, like, you pulled up with the power of the sun, basically. That is what a nuclear explosion is, whether it's fusion-based or fission-based. You're using the theoretical. Einstein was like, hey, the sun does this. Oh, I could probably make this happen in a controlled environment. He did. And like, that's the fucking power of the sun. And then, it was weaponized by some military dudes. And, the world saw it and was like, yo. Mind you, before everybody's like, yeah, I've seen everything. There's nothing that could surprise me. And then America was like, all right, hold that beer, buddy. Launch one. Launch two. Right. And then the entire globe was like, yo, this is not safe for anyone anymore. We need to get on that stat. Because it's all competition. It's like the space race. Whoever has control of that can have infinite resources for themselves. And so everybody started doing it. I mean, they're different, but it's like, the fact is they have them. So you can never just think it's about control, bro. Nukes are real things, and people are stupid sometimes. And mind you, if a dude who has to launch the nuke gets an order, some like corporal dude who just had the security clearance to be in that position, he gets the order from SecDef, Secretary of Defense, or Prez, or Commander in Chief, yo, launch the access codes. He doesn't get to say no.
I know, but that's
I would hope he would and take the court martial, but he doesn't get to say no.
No, he doesn't.
That's the scary thing.
But that's part of it. Like the strategy is all supposed to be scary and fatalistic, and it's like,
I know, but the fact is, it is scary and fatalistic. Logan, see, that's my thing. It's like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, of course, you would never want to launch one.
Do it because they're not going to do it. I have a problem.
Bro. Yeah,
I have a problem with people who are all talk and like no bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
my thing is, my man is basically saying, yo, they ain't about it. Why don't you prove something, that nigga? Like, you ain't about shit, bro. Drop one now, then. It's like, no, Logan, we don't want them to drop one at all.
They ain't about that life.
And it's like for the most part, yeah, you would hope, man. But it's still a sensible fear because like all it takes is an order, and you don't even know where the order might be coming from on some scary shit. And like, you have a nuke being launched, and once one country detects that, oh, yo, nuclear weapons being armed. What? Yeah, it's being armed and aimed. All right, set up. Yo, set up. And because you do realize it's in a selfish capacity, right? You do realize it's in the, oh well, if I can't have my country in peace, neither can you. I'm gonna destroy yours too. You do realize that on some level, right?
At that point, like,
I don't agree with that, but that's literally what it is.
What are you gonna do? You're just gonna let like 12 million people get vaporized, and you're not gonna do anything about it?
Unless I can stop the nuke, launching a nuke at the opposing country's innocent people doesn't make sense to me. So all my efforts and solutions would only be at launching and only be in efforts to stop the nuke or redirect it somewhere else or back to the attacker.
That's interesting you say that, because to me, I've always felt like if like something like that were to happen, that it would just be like that, like one would, like, people always have this scenario where like they launch all the nukes and then we launch all the nukes and it's like 1,000 nukes in the air. I don't feel like that. That like I feel like maybe like one gets launched and then it hits somewhere and then like we launch one and it's like, oh shit, I can't believe that shit actually happened. You know, like, and then we talk about it for like a couple of weeks and then people debate about it. And it's like,
bro, if there's ever like a country and like you don't get immediate like nuclear reactions, so it's
like that's a more realistic thing to me.
Like in some like, you know, more neutral area, like, you know, there was a war front and they were like, nah, nuke that bitch. Like we need to make sure we protect the asset, and they nuked it. Yo, the world would trip, bro. One, because it's horrible for the environment. World would trip.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like the nukes now are like way bigger than they used to be. So it's like
powerful too. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like they're not really gonna do that shit. They not. Well, anyways, I said all that.
That's what we hope for. Like it is, but you never know.
I said all that because I felt like it's weird, because I started this conversation saying like I understand why they have them, because like I felt like, you know, if Russia did get into a war with the United States, like they would lose so bad that like maybe they would set one off. Like
at this point, yeah, especially. Mind you, the Spetsnaz I think is superior to Green Berets, but it's just like we have the numbers on them and they're at war with Ukraine right now. That's just, you're dumb. I
don't even think it's about that. Dumb. I think their tactics suck. Like they're getting destroyed by like people who barely got half of what they got. It was like they just got bad strategy, bad tactics. It's just like
I think you think too little of Ukraine. Keep in mind, like they're both Eastern European countries and have a similar like mindset. The military doesn't necessarily have to be off, and they have home field advantage. Keep in mind that's a big part.
Ukraine.
Yeah, it's not like Russia's not going to know the lane of the land, of course, but like they don't know everything about the land. They don't know everything in terms of the setup. They don't know where things will be. It's harder sieging. It's harder sieging than defending. It's harder to have to siege somewhere unless you have a nice ass siege, but otherwise it's harder to siege a place than it is to defend it. It's easy to just set up and have someone coming in.
It's not unfamiliar territory to them. A lot of the people who live in Ukraine also live in Russia. Like a lot of the people who fight now in Ukraine used to be Russian military. Like a lot, like that is the story. Like, you know, it's almost like a civil war, but it's
better
like
for the Ukraine.
Yeah, better for them, but it's like y'all from the same, like if me and you trained in the same gym, right?
Oh God.
And I'm just beating your ass, like when it come fight night, like it'd be like, are you sure they train together? Like you're just like,
oh my God. In any case,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Sure.
We had the same trainer and everything. It's just like
what the fuck?
It's like, yeah,
something's up. Something's up right now. I don't know what it is, but
like, why did he train him like that? He don't love him.
Like, damn, did he not do that? But no, but in all but there is also a difference, because sure they know the lay, but there's a difference between you having been like raised in a place or being on the side and dealing with it on a regular basis than you just having to look at it on a map and be like a shock trooper just like thrown in. You know, it's different reaction. Mm-hmm. It's a different feel. You're not going to get it as right as the people who know you're coming and know exactly where to put a landmine. Like, this landmine goes here. All right, y'all, let's move. Boom. Someone's dead.
Wait, let me ask you something. I feel like this. Do you feel like if the United States wanted to, not that they do, but if they wanted to, right,
mm-hmm.
they could take over Mexico?
Right now?
Yeah. Just invade
Yeah,
Mexico, take it over.
Yeah, I don't even think Mexico could do as much as they would want to stop us. They put up a good fight because like they're Mexican, you know.
All right. Do you think they could do that to say Canada?
Yeah, as well, because Canada has less resources, and I feel like they don't have as much heart as Mexico.
Let's say we did it to Canada, and Canada was being assisted by like the UK.
That's a harder fight.
Like UK, like they didn't jump in with like people, but they just sent them like weapons and shit. The same way we're doing with Ukraine.
That's a harder fight, and it'd be a struggle. I still don't think we would lose, but it wouldn't be a war we'd want to fight. Like it would cost a lot.
I say this because these are two very close countries. Like our countries are very, very like in tune with both of these places. Mm-hmm. We know all the places in all of these places, like from like a military perspective. Like it should not be taking Russia this long. Like just like it should. Wow. That's all I'm saying.
I still don't think, once again, I still think you're underestimating Ukraine's military, but also, you know, getting assistance. It's why we won the Revolutionary War. Like for real. It's why we won the Revolutionary War. Like France pulled up and was like, "Oh, you fighting British? I mean, oui. All right, we'll give you some shit."
But they came with people.
They came, yeah, but I mean, it's a war back then, so it's not like they're going to be pulling up with the greatest technology. And they also still going to come with, you know, tools for them to use. But the fact is, you know, this is back in the time when you needed people. People was winning wars, not a fucking drone ship, you know, from 500 paces out. But my point is, it's like, if someone comes to support you from, you know, a country that has more resources than you, you're going to put up a better fight.
Yeah,
especially when you got heart.
Fight, but are you going to be like, I guess you would say that Ukraine isn't necessarily winning, but at the same time, the fact that they're holding out is just that like
they got heart, and it's
to me
it's
like
man.
to me it's like the scale of country that Russia is. The fact that they're holding out this long makes it feel like Russia ain't winning. Like it's like Russia should be winning. You know what I mean? But they're not.
Yeah, but you know, that's how everyone thinks about, in one sense, where you think like it would go this way, but like, and it goes a completely different way. That's war. I imagine Russia, I imagine Putin was like, yes, all right, so we go in done by say 6 a.m. I'm sorry, yeah. And then like, oh no, I was right. Anyway, and then like, they were like, everybody's like, tovarish. And then they walked in and it was like, Niet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Niet.
Well, I don't even mean it in the translation as no. I really mean it as fuck. I don't know Putin, I don't know what's going on, but like it is not happening by 6 a.m., bro. That's like war for you.
Like,
I don't imagine Napoleon thought he would lose at Waterloo, bro. But
like that fucking the meme where he's out of breath.
Like, oh my god. Like shit, yo. Ukraine, like I ain't saying they gonna win, but goddamn, they putting up a hell of a fight. I got a black eye right now. Cause that's war. I mean, I don't imagine Napoleon thought he'd lose at Waterloo. I don't imagine Alexander the Great thought he would lose marching into Russia, but his ass should have known, because everybody who just goes into Russia for whatever reason after your world conquering tour needs to stop at Russia. Because every motherfucker who's like, yeah, we can go take Russia, comes into the snow and is like, we cannot take Russia. But like, yeah, man, that's just war. Like you would think it would go one way, and then you get into the thick of things and people got more fight than you think. Like, it isn't always just about numbers and technology. You know what I mean? Different shit happens. People do things differently than you expect because they're adapting, they're changing. That is the fluid nature of war in one sense. That is like the only fluid part of war. But nonetheless, yeah, things just don't go the way you plan.
And I'm not even being judgy from the point of saying like, you know, like I get it. Like the United States lost Afghanistan. Russia lost Afghanistan.
Vietnam.
You know, we lost Vietnam.
And that's one of the wars where we could say we had more people, better technology, but Viet Cong was like, no.
However, what I'm saying is, if the United States today wanted to take over Texas, because like Texas had a rebellion, we could do it. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, Russia claimed that Ukraine is part of their country and they can't take over tech. Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
why are you here to just sneak this at Russia? Like, I mean,
know.
sneak this. Like, is that all you really wanted to do?
Free Brittany Griner. That's why. Free her.
Yo, you're right. You're right though. Free Brittany Griner is all I'm saying. Like, don't make me have to come over there. You know what I'm saying? And pull off one of the greatest heists known to man, because you you ain't getting her back. You know
all we got is sneak disses right now. We can't free that girl.
Nah, we Stranger Things. We Stranger Thing in this shit.
Stranger Things.
I'm not sure we gonna live because we just black. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just Caleb McLaughlin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I thought he was gonna get hit last season, but they committed to no, we can't kill off the one black dude we have there. And
you know what he didn't do that he should have done? Did you see the last episode of Stranger? Okay, so like spoiler alert. Okay, spoiler alert for Stranger Things. Skip ahead to like I don't know when, like maybe 10 minutes later.
Yeah, just find it. Like I don't know. We gave you the alert. Maybe you should have stopped just listening.
Yeah, maybe just turn off the fucking podcast. But like, okay, so like Vecna has his little girlfriend, right? Mm. And the psycho white dude, like he like destroys like the Walkman, right? So like she can't hear the music anymore, and he's like, oh my god! But like while he's fighting, he should have been singing the song.
You're the worst. You're just the worst type of person. You mean while he was getting his ass whooped?
Yeah,
he didn't win that fight until all the way in the end when he was like, all right, I got to find this strength from somewhere. Ancestors I've never called on before. Please, I need these hands. And then our lone brother found his hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Obatala be praised. My man found his hands.
He should have been like, yeah, I've been running up that hill.
Yeah. Mind you, we don't even know if that would work because it was only like fucking I think it's like it's legit like a brain radio frequency thing. So he wouldn't even be able to hit the frequencies. So he'd be out there running up that hill as she's dying, running in front of that building. Damn it, please. And you're gonna traumatize this boy even more than he already traumatized.
That whole scene.
My man already losing Max. You just horrible, bro.
That whole scene don't make sense. Cause the girl, like, okay, the guy, he comes in, he crashes the party. He's like, oh my God, you're doing satanic shit. You got this girl, she's floating in the air. But like, my man.
I mean, it was honestly, to me, it was wonderfully written. Because everything in that scene makes sense.
Wouldn't you, if you're scared of satanic shit, run out when like the satanic shit actually starts happening?
At that point. You remember where he was at.
The fucking girl's in the air.
Yes, Logan, but you remember where he was at. He was no longer scared bystander. He was witch hunter. My nigga's like, oh, he thought he was saving Max. Remember, he fought, Caleb's character because he thought he was saving Max. Caleb should have been singing. Yo, okay, and see, this is now you just being extra ridiculous, bro. How my man is already getting whooped, getting whooped on before he finds the strength of the ancestors, and you expect him to also vocalize a song that he doesn't even know the words to.
It's his girlfriend's favorite song.
Not his girlfriend. She's been listening to the song. He just knows because he sometimes gets to talk to her.
No, that's not true. He knew because they were dating. That's how he knew.
No, she started listening to the song, and he just probably heard.
No,
it's not because they were dating. Again. He mainly, and he didn't even remember at first. He was like, so yeah, I mean, of course, like they're dating. So, but like he doesn't know the fucking song, bro.
He's not a good boyfriend.
Wow. Wow. All right. I hope Sarah never has to be in a predicament where relying on you is in a moment like that. Cause
I know her favorite songs. I'm gonna sing them.
While getting the shit beat out. You know what?
That's
I
right.
hope we never have to prove this.
I get desperate. I get like I'm like no, like I'm just like I just feel she was running up that hill,
and you making shit worse. Sarah, all the fucking in the upside down, just like what the fuck is
that?
That is not the fucking song.
Yes.
How am I supposed to find love through Logan?
And then she would come back and then she would tell me about how I sang the song wrong. And I'd be like,
maybe that's what's not even the song itself, just to like, I know this motherfucker isn't. Vecna, hold on. And Vecna's like, hey, wait, shut up, Vecna. I have way more pressing things to deal with right now. Oh my fucking God. I just can't believe this place.
She'd be like, that wasn't even the words. You didn't even have the words to the song, right? Why would you sing it? And what happened to my Walkman? And I'd be like, but baby, you're here now. And she'd be like, she would be like, I'm here, but not because of you, because I didn't even hear the right song.
Do you
Logan?
even fucking care?
I'd be like, yeah, but I knew you would come back because it was the wrong song.
Can we go home now?
Okay.
Can we just go home? Like, oh my God.
Do you have anything you want to leave the people with today, Mitch?
I don't know. Today I'm just kind of thrilled. Free Brittany Griner though.
Yes.
Free our nigga Brittany Griner for reals. Don't make me pull up in Stranger Things that hoe. And you know, I think we do need to consider a lot more the errors that white people historically have caused, but the issues that we have in ourselves in our own communities in terms of like acceptance and understanding. But that's about it.
I think that's a good place to leave it. Even if you're light skinned, don't do blackface. Yeah, don't do that.
Also true. True.
There's not really much excuse for that.
There isn't on multiple fronts.
No. That's still some fuck shit. Also, yes, free Brittany Griner. She ain't got Putin. She ain't got shit to do with this.
Do with this, man. Like, dog. Like, if
you just grasping, you just reaching.
Like, I know you mad, like, because you ain't winning Ukraine, but like, damn.
Like,
bro.
This is the one. Like, come on. Like,
ain't it hard? She's already a WNBA basketball player, not appreciated enough, bro. Could you just?
I know it's not like you got LeBron. Like
I'm saying, exactly. Like, come on, damn.
This isn't gonna stop the war. You just being petty. You got somebody locked up for no reason. Just free the girl. That doesn't make any sense. And you guys aren't really gonna use nukes, so stop talking about it.
Logan, please stop saying that.
Why? Because
I feel like where's some wood? Let me just knock on some wood. Because I feel like you just.
Jinxing
fucking it up for all of us. Just fucking it up for all of us, man. Don't worry, y'all. I got us.
That would make this the most famous podcast in the apocalypse. Because I sub-predicted it.
Let's close the show. Let's do that. Let's do that. How about
I'm being horrible today. I woke up and I decided to choose violence because
so much violence.
I was having a bad day and now it's everybody's problem. Like that is the story. Stop making superhero movies. See, so much violence. Like nothing good.
Please hurry up.
Anyways, if you like the show, share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. Share it with your grandma. Share it for Mitch's peace of mind. You know, because at least, at the very least, if you share the show, at least he doesn't have to sit here and be tortured by me for nothing. You know, do him that courtesy. Do him that dignity, at least. That's all. That's all I want to say about that. Say bye to the people, Mitch.
You are the worst person ever.
Oh, I did have one last update. All episodes are out on YouTube. So you can watch all the episodes on YouTube. No, not like our faces, but like the Wiggles.
We'll get to faces eventually, but
stop promising people shit. I'm not. Sure. Wait.
All right, fuck. Like, damn. I don't know why you always gotta be like this shit. Like, damn.
I told you I'm choosing violence today.
Yeah.
Say bye to the people, Mitch.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Good day. Good life.
Nice. That was a nice little song you had for us.
Yeah.
My heart is warm.
Fuck you.
Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Have a good breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, whatever. Have a good drive to work or drive home from work, because fuck that place. Have a good whatever you're doing. Just have a good one. I've been your host, Logan. This is episode 61 of the Milk and Toast podcast. I never can talk. And this is it. Bye. We're out. Bye.